Welcome to You Know What, the podcast for you that dispels the myths and BS in the fitness industry whilst leveling up your A game in everyday life. We are your hosts, Nick Finch and Dan King. Welcome to another episode of You Know What.
Oh, hey there. How you doing?
Hello, Dan. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you,
It's
man?
not like I've just not seen you.
Yeah.
Mate, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
I think we're looking positive at the minute. How are you doing? Because obviously it's your birthday.
It is, but obviously when this airs, it won't be my birthday, so yeah.
So technically it's his birthday. You can wish him happy birthday on both the podcasts, you see, because I'm going to make a point of it.
Question about birthdays.
Yeah.
If you're born in the evening at like say 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Does your birthday technically start at 11 p.m. So you got another 24 hours of birthday?
I would say yes, because I was born at 3 a.m. So technically my birth of the day was at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So then technically it's my birthday for 24 hours.
So it's your birthday on the day that you're born, and then it's also a birthday for another 24
Yeah.
hours. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
because it's your birthday. Technically, it's a time-bound thing. But you know what?
Yep.
Did you know that your brain is mostly made up of fat?
Yeah.
It's not made up completely of muscle.
I googled this.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, when did you Google this?
Because
Was it
I googled random facts, and then that was one of them.
so this was one of your like reading sessions, basically. You were like, oh, what can I Google today?
Yeah,
brains
exactly.
and fat. Your Google, you know what? Your Google history must look delectable.
You've seen the Instagram memes I sent you?
His Google history is fantastic.
My Instagram memes are definitely out there. I want to go through some trends for fitness trends.
Let's do it.
Fitness trends for this year. Okay, so there's been fitness trends for each year: 2020, 2021, 2022. Can't even say the 2022. Fitness trends for this year. These are the ones that have come up quite often, right now.
Yeah.
This is really relevant because there's something that's come out recently from Apple called the Vision Pro.
Yeah, you were telling me about it. You were telling me about it.
And this is gonna start making sense, right? So number one fitness trend they say look out for this year is digital fitness will become immersive. VR fitness will become the next tier.
You know what? I'd be interested. I think from this, look, we're going to put a poll out for you guys as well. So we're going to see if VR fitness came about and you could do, say, a workout in your living room with VR with a teacher, would you do it? Like, I'm interested how many people would take that up.
I think if you're in like AR, like augmented reality, where you're actually in the room and you can see everyone around you, I think maybe.
I think think about the amount of people that don't go to a gym at the minute, for example, because they don't want to go into a class space. Imagine you could be technically in your living room by just simply taking the goggles off. So many people. You know what? I'm all for it. I know we should say people should go outside. Like you need to touch grass. Look, if people are going to be exercising, I'm cool. I'm happy with it.
If people are already in their bedrooms, they wake up, they put a AR goggle on, and then they fly a drone in Iraq.
Yeah.
They can definitely do this.
I'm up for that.
That's already happening. People are already like working from home, managing drones.
Yeah, it's scary, scary but cool at the same time. Like we're already pushing into this world, isn't it?
Yeah. And obviously the next one that we go on to is omni-channel fitness. So this is actually this is related.
Yes.
I didn't know what this meant until I read it.
I mean, Omni, I went straight off my head.
So for those that don't know, omni basically means like all over the place. Like, omnipresence.
Yes. A lot of presence,
Yeah,
basically.
you've got like 6 social medias, for example.
Oh, okay.
That's called omnipresence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Omni-channel fitness basically means that you're doing a live class and virtual reality class together. Hybrid style classes.
So it's kind of like it'd be a live virtual reality class. You're telling me that like...
A little bit like Peloton maybe, but
sick.
People actually in there and then also streaming it out to people as well to join in. So it's like a hybrid model.
I'd do that, you know. If they did like virtual reality spin class.
What about virtual reality PT?
But yeah.
So you're training someone and then everyone else follows along.
You know what? That would actually work though, wouldn't it? Because a lot of people, if we think, look, if I turn around to some of my clients, went, look, if I could technically work you out, train you from home, or train you in the gym and you've got to come in. Instead, all you've got to do is roll out of bed and you can do it in your PJs and I wouldn't know any different.
You could be on holiday in Dubai and you're thinking, I want to continue getting fit, because nothing's wrong with doing a training session on holiday, by the way.
No, it's good.
Everyone says, why are you training on holiday? Because I love it.
Yeah, I continued. I look, when I went to Fuerteventura last year, I literally continued training like on schedule. And I just stuck to it. Even if you do a little mobility, look, it's nice, sit on the balcony, do a little bit more. Oh, it's so nice.
Feels good. And then with a beer in your hand.
With a beer, yeah, you got a beer, just sip on the side.
Another big fitness trend this year is going to be having meaningful relationships with your clients.
Oh.
Yeah. And the reason for this is because of the rise of AI.
Right. Okay.
And you know, we're going to go on to that in a second because that's a whole topic.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's opened up a lot of doors, hasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave that one for a second. Next one is habit-based coaching and sustainable approach is going to be even more important this year.
Yeah.
So people are going towards the principles more.
Yeah.
And then obviously the next trend, which is community. So people are finding that having group fitness, community, and focusing on the principles is going to be the big shift this year.
Yeah. I like that. You know what? I think they're really good things. And I mean, we orchestrate this anyway through our online coaching platform that we use.
That is our whole program.
That is literally what our stuff is built about. So technically, this year is going to be a good year. That's what we're saying. But the thing is, we might
do a VR PT sessions as well.
I want to just point out the last one. Community is huge. Yeah. You think how many people enjoy when, even in like, say if we're doing a PT session, if there's 4 of you together doing a PT session, yes, it may be more challenging for the coach, but actually you find you're more motivated when you're training around people. If you do a class of 20 people, you see someone next to you really struggling, but then you're like, actually I can help them out. They're really like spurred on, and it's just kind of like bouncing motivation off little trampolines everywhere, isn't it?
You are right. Yeah. Like there's like when everyone's kind of like in a community, it just feels natural that everyone's a bit more high energy.
Yeah, 100%.
And you're more likely to do stuff. And I feel like, especially because of lockdown, like obviously lockdown, the rise of online coaching went up because you can't go to a gym. But then after that, people actually like came away from social media and started using it less after lockdown because they wanted a bit more of a one-to-one meaningful approach.
I think we're transitioning a bit. Obviously now there's a lot of people online coaching out there. We're doing it ourselves. But there is a whole transition of moving away from PT in a way, because I think people are understanding that a lot of people, you can watch videos online now of how to do form. And again, we correct form, but I feel like people actually do understand that most of the results do tend to come from everything else. Not you coming in and picking up a barbell, but everything else that surrounds it actually gets you the results that you're looking for.
Exactly. And I feel like in-person PT and online coaching, they're actually different things.
They're very different.
Because I used to think, why would I sell online coaching over in-person PT? Yeah. You know, I didn't do online coaching for a long time because of that. I was always kind of hesitant to sell it because I was like, well, what purpose does this have over being with someone? And I feel like the expectation of online coaching is that they're going to actually change their lifestyle. Yep. Whereas in the gym, they're just there to train. Yep. And then they go away and they don't think about their lifestyle. Yeah. So I think online coaching is actually more rewarding for the client than actually in-person PT. Yeah. And that took a long time to really kind of cement that idea until we started having clients.
Well, I think if you think about it, if you have, say you have 1 hour a week of a client, that 1 hour of a week ideally stays as 1 hour a week. So you talk about everything in that hour. But when you can do online coaching, you can give people more than one opportunity throughout the week that doesn't impact you because you don't have to actively be present for it. 100%. So like then it doesn't end up taking up loads of our time, and we can actually concentrate more on individual clients and individual needs of clients. Because a lot of the time, sure, people watch this. They've had coaches in the past that just don't hit the spot. They don't hit the money with the thing that's actually causing the problem because they can't focus because there's so many different things going on. Say you've got 20 clients in a one-to-one basis. It's a lot of clients to deal with, and
and 1 to 2 sessions a week.
And 1 to 2 or 1 to 4 sessions a week in some cases as well. Like it can be so difficult to manage, but online coaching condenses that down, and actually it helps you segregate what you're doing, and then you don't have to focus. I've got to drive to the gym. I've got to drive back from the gym. Like, you know, there's not that added.
And if you've got a successful PT, for example, say you've got a PT who's got like 30 clients, 30 sessions a week plus, right? You know, they might be the best at what they do because people want to train with them and they get good results. But at that point, they're tired, they're fatigued, they're giving worse results. Yeah, they're not able to give their full
you're
presence.
Knackered, man.
So do you want a PT that's successful, but fatigued and can't actually give you the time of day? Or someone that's got a bit more time because they've structured things better and they can really focus on your specific one-to-one situation.
Truth. That is a truth.
You know? So that is, I think those fitness trends are actually quite spot on. I think that's already kind of happened in some way.
It's a transition, and I think we're moving around a little bit, but people are understanding where they need to be.
Yeah. So this leads on to Apple Vision Pro and the rise of VR fitness because Apple have just released, have you seen it?
The Vision goggles.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're cool.
Yeah. They're funky. Did you say how much? Did you say they were $3,000?
$3,500.
That's all right. $3,500. It's fine. Invest.
That's two months of mortgage payment.
Apple payment plans. They're out there. You can use those. Costing the same as nearly a car.
I've got to admit, I never liked the idea of putting, like, you know how they always say don't stare at a screen for too long.
Yeah.
Now you're
putting a screen in your face, basically. I think they have done some reduction, like even in like an Oculus these days, they reduce the actual screen glare. So when you're wearing them, you get less blue light. Some people are using them for like yoga classes. Have you seen that stuff?
No,
Facebook yoga classes. What? Yeah, so you can actually stream it through to like Oculus and stuff at the minute.
They got Facebook dating.
Yeah,
I mean, you got Facebook dating.
You got metaverse dating, haven't you? Huh? Have you seen the metaverse? What they brought? It looks so janky. It looked like a load of little Xbox characters.
That is catfishing.
It is
101.
This is my character. He's got a bean body and a bean head. This is what I look like in real life.
They probably have their voice augmented as well. It's
probably.
Like, it's like a man going, "Hoi," and then it's like translates into a woman.
Mate, honestly, I couldn't imagine anything worse.
Right, Vision Pro. Yeah. So I said I don't like the idea of putting a screen here, but these look cool.
Yeah, I mean, if they're condensed down, aren't they, a bit? They make them look more sexy.
Oh, mate, like so augmented reality. So you see everything as normal.
Yeah.
In your environment.
Yeah.
But then suddenly you could have a massive cinema screen appear out of nowhere, like as big as you want it to be.
Yeah.
And then you're on top of a mountain, watching a film.
Pretty mad, isn't it?
Spatial audio, which apparently is like proper, like Dolby, like cinematic audio. So imagine just that. Imagine being on a mountain, just having some popcorn, watching.
It'd be really cool.
Watching a movie.
I do think it would be sick. I think obviously there's ways it can be obviously orchestrated into more negative manners, but from a positive side of things, if we're looking at fitness, as I said, if it's getting more people involved and being active, I'm here for it. Like, I don't see a negative downfall of that, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, I wouldn't like to see, like, for example, if you want to speak on stage in front of people, I'd rather see that as like something that stays in the future.
Yeah, 100%.
As opposed to everyone's in their home.
Yeah, like sitting there just listening to a live, and then one guy stood on the stage. For example, if I was stood on the stage at that point in time, and I'm just like, "Hi guys, welcome to my TED talk today," and there's just no one there. It's just an empty room.
It's the experience of getting up, getting your suitcase, taking a flight somewhere, having a hotel overnight, and have the whole experience of going there,
100%,
and being there in person.
100%. I think
that's not taking goggles, taking them off, and then you're in your house.
I think this is the thing. There's got to be a balance with it, that we can't be saying the goggles are going to take over and that's what's going to do it. We need to say, okay, still we're having our live performances, still people are going, because it's atmosphere. Yeah. You don't really get atmosphere if you're just sat there with goggles on, because surely it's just going to be audio, and then it's just going to be like fake audience. Like when we had the lockdown football games. Do you remember when you could put stadium ambience on to watch a football match?
Oh no!
You could basically you could either watch it with stadium ambience.
Fake audience noise.
It's a fake audience noise. So there was no one in the stands, but they put on an audience noise because they realised how awkward it is that you could just hear the players in the ground.
It'd be like Wii Sports, the audience in the background, all the computer generated AI.
Yeah, literally. But that's
copy and pasted.
Oh, just standing there, just woo, clapping sounds. Yeah, like I think that'd be straight. I think you still need the personal stuff there. The whole thing is we are social people. We need to be social.
Yeah, yeah.
So no, I
agree.
I think it's got its positives, it's got its negatives, but you never know until it comes out.
And this leads on to ChatGPT, AI.
That, you know what, man? That stuff is getting scary though at times, because you can create. Have you seen people who've tried to create their own workouts on it?
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah.
No. Honestly, I told it to give me. I gave it a few parameters, and it gave me a program. It was okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's viable to people who don't understand, like they just want to work out putting together. I saw something, and I tried this out over the course of 2 weeks. So at the start of the week, I put in the same thing that I put in at the end of the week. And my it learnt in 2 weeks, like from that 2 week space, that it improved the workout that I was doing. It started asking me questions like, I won't be able to write this to, I won't be able to write this to a detailed level because I don't understand your injuries enough.
Yeah. Oh,
and like it's starting to ask those questions. Yeah. Like it understand, because that's what we say. Like, if we don't understand someone's injury, then we can't help you to the degree that you want us. We need to know the inside out of what's going on in your life.
I think a lot of people are looking at it as like a second brain, but you should view it as a tool. It's a tool, and if you ask it the right questions, it will give you the good answers.
Yeah.
But the difference between being able to ask it the right questions comes down to your experience.
Yeah.
Are you someone that's experienced coach? In that case, you'll ask really detailed questions that will be perfect.
Yeah.
For when it comes to actually getting the answers you want.
Yeah.
But if you get a newbie that doesn't have a clue about training, they're not going to ask it the right questions.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they're going to get crap results from that. So I still think the human element is going to be vital in the future, even as AI gets more intelligent, which it will.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. There might even be AI personal trainers. You might be able to get trained by a robot.
Yeah.
That would be a dagger to the heart. I'd be like, man, you are not able to replicate my personality. That ain't happening.
You got small calves.
You got little calves. 10 more reps. 10 more reps.
Nick, I saw your calves are a little bit smaller than the average.
You sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I do.
That's where we're going.
Arnold Robot.
I can imagine that. Then. Okay.
Lift 12 reps. Do it now.
Halfway through, it's protein. Can't even do it. Arnold's German is not one of my...
both terrible accents today, man.
Yeah. It's not forte. We should have had some Manuka honey.
Yeah, no. What?
Manuka honey, did you not? That's what voice people, singers use.
Really?
Yeah, singers use Manuka honey.
Why?
Because it helps soothe the throat, so it helps soothe the vocal cords. So when you're kind of singing on stage...
So coffee doesn't work?
I don't know. It depends. I bet some people probably don't use it.
What, coffee?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I remember there was a guy when I was working in the club scene that came in called Big Heath. I don't know if you heard Big Heath.
Phil Heath.
Not Phil Heath. No, not
Big Heath.
Big Heath.
Who the hell is that?
Big Heath. He did a song that went viral. Basically, he came and performed, and I was doing the rider, so I was running around getting all the food and all the stuff for him. It was great because you got all the leftovers. So if there was like a bottle of like Grey Goose that wasn't opened, you get to take it.
Really?
It was fantastic, mate. Greatest job in the world. But I remember that I was chatting to him. I was like, "Why you got Manuka honey?" It was like, "It's for my throat." I was like, "That honey cost us like £20, and it's honey."
No, you can, if you get the highest grade, it's like 100.
Maybe we need some. Maybe we need to
can
go
get
premium. Just like sponsorships for Manuka honey. I know we're asking for sponsorships every podcast. Corvettes and Manuka honey.
No, Mustang.
Done.
Why was
Sorry.
it Corvette?
Mustang, Corvette, and Manuka honey. We're here for you.
Yeah. Ferrari's rubbish. I want Mustang.
No, because then you just get blacklisted.
I don't want Ferraris, man. Lamborghini's better. I'd rather have Lamborghini. Yeah, look at this man. You know, he's done. He's bigging us up. Let's give him a Lamborghini.
Yeah. Anyway,
I digress. Yeah, AI for this. So I think as AI rises, people are gonna be focused more on meaningful relationships with a coach or client or whatever. So
I agree.
I do think that AI is not going to take over the fitness industry in the way that people are worried it is.
There's no way. There's no way. No, you can't. I don't think you can actually replace a human being with a robot.
You can't.
Because it's all about the personal level. And a lot of my clients will say that it's being there on a personal level with people.
And it's relatability, isn't it?
And empathy. Right. There's one thing we learn from all the movies about robots taking over.
Yeah.
Robots don't have empathy. And that's what we have as human beings over everything else, that we can be empathetic to one another. They will not understand a situation fully.
They also don't have anger.
They also don't have anger. Well, yeah.
So you could argue that that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but you're right. I do think empathy is important. I think if you can disable their negative emotions but give them positive ones, then you're winning.
Yeah.
No, but what is it? It's like your need for relatability is going to be really important.
Yep.
Like you always find a coach and people that you like based on relatability. Like, are you someone that is relatable to the situation of a person's facing?
Yeah.
A robot can't relate.
Nah.
On any level.
Because they've never actually been through it. Like, I found this on Google.
Yeah. If a robot's got small calves, it's because it was built that way.
Could you imagine? That would be hurtful. If any, you know what? Yeah. What do you think a robot of you would look like? If they made a robot of you from scratch, what do you think they'd accentuate?
As in, like, what? Okay, my chin.
Your chin.
Yeah.
What they'd like make that
a huge chin.
Well, we already know what they'd accentuate for me. They'd just give me a fucking huge bum, which
huge bum.
I just could not deal with that.
You'd get a bum. I'd get a big chin and a balding hairline, and and small calves.
Small calves. That was what we had.
They don't need big calves. Like metal's metal. It doesn't bend, does it? You know, under the weight of a robot, I'm sure it can withstand little peg legs and it will still be okay.
You say that Amazon robot passed out, didn't it? Do you remember seeing that one?
Passed out?
Did you see the robot that was overworked?
Did it calves break?
No, it just fell over.
Oh, really?
Like, it was working doing, like, demonstrating something all day for Amazon, I think it was. And this robot was working, picking up boxes, moving off of an escalator, and it just fell over. And the title was "Robot Collapses After Exhaustion." I was like, what?
The day a robot can repair itself, though.
Oh, that's dangerous, man.
That's the human body. The human body repairs itself over time, right? A robot can't repair itself yet.
But AI is learning, man.
But when it does, it can make itself stronger and more intelligent.
Yeah.
It can add components to its brain that will make it smarter, and then it will just get even smarter and smarter and smarter, and then it will just...
We're just going to have like an Avengers. What was it? It was the Infinity War. No, not Infinity War.
AI robot?
The AI robot one. The one that people forget about. The one that people forget about. I can't remember what that one was called. Age of Ultron. That one.
Oh, wait. What is that?
That's where the robot, it's Jarvis, turns into a bad guy or gets infected by something and turns into a bad guy and builds his own army.
That's cool. That is cool. Yeah.
I want to watch that now.
I've seen that film. That's a long time ago now.
That's years, man. That was actually
7 years.
it's a long time.
It's like GTA 6 is coming out soon.
It's coming out soon, but GTA 5's been out for
11 years, I think.
yeah, it's been out for like 2 different centuries, hasn't it?
Yeah.
How?
Have you seen the graphics nowadays?
Yeah, it looks insane.
Yeah. If you take these goggles and then you put yourself in like an unreal environment. Yeah,
Could you imagine being in GTA playing it with VR?
with the Unreal Engine, which is like like realistic graphical like walls and stuff. Oh. And then if they put like a I don't know, like a smell sensor or something, so you can smell the streets of London. You know what I mean? It'd be like, oh shit, I'll get out of here. Get out of this place
That
now.
would deter people from coming to London if you could smell it before.
Now we have the smog pollution smell, so you can run through the polluted streets of London.
Feel how it feels to run through the polluted London streets. Here you can't breathe. Enjoy.
Run on top of Everest, you know, where there's no oxygen.
Just passing out. Oh, there you go. It's good epoch.
That'd be good. That'd be good though. You could build red blood cell count.
You could do epoch training.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do epoch
Yeah.
training, so it's not a bad thing.
Yeah. You won't be able to run off on Everest anyway. It's only a point in it, and then it'll decline.
Well, you run up it, and then you kind of be like, woo, I did it, and then run back down it.
Wim Hof did that.
Who?
Wim Hof. He climbed Everest in his shorts.
What a madman! Like, I go out...
Naked, just shorts. That's it.
Nah, I'm all right. I don't want to get frostbite on my nipples.
Wim Hof's the guy that promotes ice baths and cold showers. He, I'm not sure the exact story, but I know he had a thing where he went into a cold lake once. And I think someone might have died in his family, or if it might have his wife actually. And then he went to the cold lake because he just had a feeling that he wanted to go in there.
Yeah.
And then he just spent like 5 or 10 minutes in the cold water, and then he just kept going back. And then over time, he could spend like an hour in there, like an icy lake. And now he preaches that you can physically raise your body's temperature through breathing, and activating your own autonomous nervous system. It's crazy. We should talk about this in another podcast. Actually,
I think so.
Especially this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think honestly, some of the stuff that's going around. I mean, again, we spoke about Ross Edgley on a previous podcast. He's been phenomenal. He's done so much. There was something I learned about when I was at uni, and it was cold water swimmers. The way they're designed, the way that they don't respond to the cold shock. Because actually, the most dangerous thing is a cold shock response when you get in water, which is essentially just all your red blood vessels open, expanding, and then contracting really quickly, which puts you in a state of shock. And if you can get past that, like when I did cold water swimming this year, which was cold and in February, which was not nice.
Was it with a wetsuit?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
I just went in shorts.
Because wetsuits are really good, man. They warm you up. You don't feel the cold water.
And if you pee in them, it warms you up even more.
You pee in the ocean. No, that's not good, man.
Everyone pees in the ocean. Everyone pees in the ocean.
Man.
It's like a giant. It's all right. It's fine.
Yeah,
Now I feel
isn't
guilty.
it funny how like peeing in a pool is frowned upon, which rightfully so.
Oh yes, 100%.
Yeah. But then you go walk into the ocean, just have a pee, man, and like it's completely.
Well, I think
acceptable.
it just cleans itself up, doesn't it? At the end, I mean, yes, not from actual polluting chemicals, but
it is fine. No, I think peeing in the sea is fine. Like yeah, I'm just saying it's funny how the same act is.
I feel like but it's almost like if you're going for a long trek through the woods and you need to go to the loo, that's okay. But if you go in your mate's back garden, it's kind of the same principle. You can't just drop the shorts and be like, sorry fella, can't make it to the loo.
It's harder for women though. Women like for a man to take a pee in the woods.
Oh, 100%.
Easiest thing in the world. When a woman wants to do it, it's like a mission, man. You have to like find the right bush. You have to like kind of ditch. They have to like think about, do they have things with them? Like, oh mate,
we just wang it out and go. That's it. It's simple as that.
Yeah, man.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
How did we get here?
VR, right? What have you done today, Dan?
That tangent. I'm sorry, but we've gone from VR to how it's more difficult for a man and a woman to go for a piss when you're going for a walk.
That would have been better.
What have I learned today? You know what I've learned about the VR goggles? I've learned that it's going to take a couple of years to solidify everything, but also AI will never overtake human coaching.
100%.
Never going to happen.
100%.
I will start a petition on that if that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know what my petition would do.
I think you'll be one of millions that will sign a petition.
Oh, 100%. It'll be every PT and online coach on the planet. Every single one.
I just don't see it, man. I don't see AI ever taking over that component.
You need empathy and you need compassion. That's two essential things. But I think we're going to wrap that up today. So We appreciate you guys as well for watching and listening. Obviously, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube. We will be releasing on more platforms very soon. If anyone has any questions for us, or if you just want to drop some stuff in the comments, some love, we'd love some love. Everyone loves love.
Any topic ideas as well. Let us know what
If
topics
there's
you
something
want
you've seen and you want us to chat about, you know, we obviously, you can see we cover many topics, including ones that are not applicable to the question asked, but we get there. But it's been fantastic. Yeah, 100%.
All right, we'll take care, guys.
Gee.
Done.